some values to the data or manipulating the data. But I'm mainly working on the applications. I do some database stuff as well, but mainly on the application side, because we also have applications for specific sort of data that we get. And we're also moving now to the, recently we're moving to more web kind of solutions like APIs. So we're using APIs to through our whole application stack, and as well as giving giving those data to other teams in the same bank through our APIs. So yeah, that's what I do at the moment.
Thank you. George, how about you? What does the life of a software engineer look like at Digital Shadows?
Right. Before I go into my daily routine, daily life, I have to explain to you guys what Digital Shadows is and what it does. Digital Shadows provides digital risk protection to our clients, and our clients are big companies like, I can't disclose this information, but they are big companies. And what we do is that we scan the open, the deep, and the dark web, and we try to find exposed information that can and potentially will be used against our clients by their adversaries to harm them or do any other thing which is not good to them. So basically, you can think, well, something like Google, but we are indexing areas of the web that are not indexed by Google, and our only focus is to help our clients minimize their digital exposure, their risk on the web. To do this, we have a group of software developers, and we have backend developers who are actually focused on scanning the web or finding the sources and analyzing those sources. And we have the front-end developers who will get the information produced by the backend developers, and they will present it to the end user, which is what they care about, really. I'm one of the backend developers. I work mostly in Java. I work a bit in Python as well, and I'm actively working on maintaining, extending, and keeping up the system.
Nice. Guys, what do you enjoy more and what do you enjoy least about your work? Andreas?
So yeah, what I enjoy more in general for my work, not as a software engineer or whatever, it's like the flexibility that I have. I don't need to go at 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever. I can go whenever I want. I like this flexibility. Sometimes you wake up late, sometimes early, but I can go whenever I want, and I leave as soon as I'm done. I can leave. I love this flexibility. But as a software engineer, I like I like the creativity part. That's why I chose software engineering as my studies, because I like this creativity part of software engineering. You're creating something. You're creating something useful to others and has an impact. So yeah, this is what I like about being a software engineer. And it's an endless learning curve. I mean, there is always something new to learn. There is the technology is improving in very fast pace, and you can't really catch up. I love this thing as well, which makes my job very interesting, because there will always be something new to learn. What I don't like, it's working for a big corporate is have to deal with theirs. Like sometimes you have to deal with old old technologies, and you're not really improving per se. You have to deal with their projects, with sometimes might be boring some days and some periods or some months. But yeah, but with all kinds of jobs in this, it's the same, I guess. Sometimes you're dealing with boring stuff, sometimes with interesting stuff. But yeah, I'm keeping myself busy in the afternoons with a project that I'm doing. So I'm learning there the new technologies and stuff. So yeah, it doesn't really bother me like doing some old technologies there and learning my stuff
Nice.
at home. Yeah.
How about you, George? Is it the same things that you like, the creativity?
So yeah, pretty much yeah. I agree with Andreas, and that's what that has driven me into software engineering in the first place. And especially at this place I'm working now, I can combine. I have the opportunity to combine creativity with problem solving and analytical skills, and that's very important because creativity breaks the routine. So yes, I know some people will argue as software developers we keep developing software, which is some kind of routine. But in my company and in most companies, not every problem is the same as any other problem. So elaborating on that, I'll give you an example of how things work. We have product owners in a company, and they decide what new features we should develop for the system. They are somehow technical people, but they don't have the technical capabilities we software developers have, because it's not their job. Of course, their job is to design and come up with new features. They will come to us and they will present us something they want the system to do. They will be like, I want the system to do X. Now the software developer has a chance to be creative in understanding what they need to do and how to implement the new feature. And each developer can develop it in different way, and they can leave their mark on every new feature they build. On top of that, I like the fact that you need to have problem solving skills, because you have to decompose a problem into multiple sub problems and track them and solve them individually. So yeah, this combination is really what drives me forward and makes me happy at my workplace. Yeah, that's pretty much what I love most.
And is there anything that you don't like or you like least?
Yes, of course. Debugging problems, maintaining bugs and problems are always in the life of software developer. No matter the company you work for, we all make mistakes. We all have to fix the mistakes. No one likes fixing mistakes, but it's a necessary evil. You made it, fix it, and we move on. But yeah, it can be kind of boring, but it's part of life, really.
And it's part of learning, I guess. So
It is.
my next question is, what skills do you guys think are necessary for someone to have a successful career in tech? Are technical and programming skills absolutely necessary when you start, or are there other softer skills that may also be important? And let's start with you, George, now for a change.
Right. So continuing from my previous example, let me elaborate even more. So let's say the product owner comes and says, okay, we have our main web page and we need to present a new feature on the web page. Now the skills I need to have to understand what he says is, as I mentioned, analytical thinking and problem solving, to be able to understand what he's saying and decompose it into multiple sub problems, and soft skills as in to explain to other people what I'm about to build, how do I build it, and how I'm planning to integrate it with the system. Because let's be honest with ourselves, software development, unless you're working on your own from your home, not for a big company, is a collaborative environment. A lot of individuals are working together towards the same goal. So you need soft skills to be able to explain yourself and your part of the system, your input on the system to other people. If you lack those skills, it's going to be harder for the company as a whole to move forward. So yeah, first, of course, technical skills. you have to be tech savvy. You have to know the language, the documentation, the specifics, problem solving, and soft skills when it comes to communication and collaborating with other people. And yeah, that's the three
Thank you.
most important ones.
Thank you. Andreas, I was wondering, so does somebody absolutely need a computer science degree to get a career in tech? Or can somebody start with something else and then learn the technical programming skills as they go along?
Yeah, that's a very good point, Nicoletta. I think that you don't really need a computer science degree these days, because I've seen lots of companies, big companies like Bank of America and BNP Paribas, or the ones that I've worked with, and as I've heard from friends as well, like Google and Facebook and big companies don't really hire people with software engineering backgrounds for a software engineering job as a graduate. I mean, mainly. I've seen physicists, biologists, in general, engineering degrees are useful because in the engineering degrees, like physics or whatever, they or civil engineering, whatever, they do have those analytical skills, as George explains, and this is what's mainly needed for solving problems within a corporation. Actually, a programming language can be picked up easily. You can learn it by practicing it, and it's just learning to the structure of it. It's nothing.
That's interesting. Is there somewhere I could go, George, and learn a programming language?
So can you repeat the question, please?
Is there someone that I could go, somebody who doesn't know anything about programming languages? Is there a place they could go and start learning, essentially?
There's many tutorials online and some online schools that teach you languages, online courses. It's likely some people are self-taught. Most people are self-taught. Some other people follow those tutorials. But if you really get into it, if you love software development and you understand if you love it, once you start doing it, I'm not gonna say you don't need to study it, because different people have different needs, of course, but if you love it, it's easy to follow a tutorial, follow the documentation, and get into it and understand it. So, yeah, you understand if you realize that you like it, then you take it from there. It's quite easy if it's for you.
It's clear that you love what you do, both of you. So I am conscious that a quite international audience today, very diverse, and I'm really proud of that. What I wanted to ask you is to give us your view about opportunities for international people, like everybody here, I think, to work in the tech industry in the UK or in London. Is the industry a diverse one, do you think, Andreas?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, look at me. I'm international as well. I haven't been living in the UK. I came from Cyprus and I came to the UK just for studies. And to be honest, you don't. As a programmer, you just at the beginning, yeah, of course, as you said, you need to have those soft skills, but it's not that necessary for this industry, for software engineering, for software engineering, as it is, for example, for I don't know, for lawyers or whatever, where they have to speak a lot and they have to, be perfect in their English and stuff. So I believe that it's not the case for software engineering. It's fine.
And George, do you share this view?
Oh yeah, of course, especially in this city, which can be the informal capital of multiculturalism in the world. We have so many different cultures all living together and collaborating so nicely. And I'll go a step further and even say that most companies try to encourage diversity. And I mean, they would like to have people from different backgrounds in their offices, because every person that comes from a different background can bring a different kind of experience, different kind of view in the office. To be more specific, in my team, in the software engineering department of my company, we have people from France, Spain, Italy. I'm from Cyprus, but from Asia too. We have Indians, we have people from Pakistan, and me myself, I'm supervising a very intelligent guy from China. So yeah, we have people from like